Myself, Dr. Ajay Bhat, Associate Professor, Department of Kayachikitsa, Yenepoya Ayurveda Medical College, Yenepoya deemed to be University. Today I am in front of you to discuss regarding a very important topic, that is Roga Anutpattikara Chikitsa. The specific learning objectives are to explain the concept of Roga Anutpattikara Chikitsa in according to the verses from various acharyas. These are the contents of my presentation. Now, as you all know, prevention is always better than cure. So similarly, we have concept in Ayurveda wherein prevention is given greater emphasis over treatment. Let us look into it. What is the benefit of learning Ayurveda? As you all know, Ayurveda is a Upaveda of Rig Veda. According to some scholars, it is a Upaveda of Atharva Veda also. Dharmartha kama mokshanam arogyam moolamuttamam rogastasya partarah shreyaso jivitasya cha. That means for dharma, artha, kama and moksha, for all these four purusharthas, the four righteous steps that is required for an individual, dharma meaning his or her duties, artha is whatever means by which you can earn it, kama is whatever desires that you have, and moksha. Moksha is ultimately freedom from the birth and death cycle. So that is what ultimately the aim of one's life is, to get moksha. And for all of these four things, the most important thing is arogyam moolamuttamam. You require to have arogya, only then you can attain the above four purusharthas. Rogas tasyapahartarah shreyaso jivitasya cha. What does roga do? What does diseases do? It will take away Shreyas as well as Jivita, your life. Shreyas is the wellness and Jivita is your life. And the main emphasis of Charaka Samhita, written by Atraya Punarvasu, Hetu Linga Aushadha Jnanam Swastatura Parayanam Trisutram Shashvatam Punyam Bubudeya Pitamaha. Hetu, Linga as well as Aushadha. Hetu means the causative factors of the disease, Linga means symptomatology, and Aushadha Jnana means knowledge of therapeutics. These three, Trisutram, these three are called as the three basic principles of Ayurveda, the foundation on which the entire science of Ayurveda is standing upon. Trisutram, Shashvatam, Shashvatam meaning to say something which is permanent, something that is eternal. Punyam Bubudeya Pitamaha, something which is very auspicious and told himself by Pitamaha, that is Lord Brahma, Lord himself. What is the benefit ultimately of Ayurveda? Prayojanam chasya swastasya swastha rakshanam aturasya vikara prashamanam cha. Look at this. The greater emphasis is laid for swastasya swastha rakshanam, meaning to say to preserve the swasthya of an individual. What is swasthya? Health. To maintain the health of an individual, that is more important in Ayurveda. Next importance is given to management of diseases, that is aturasya vikara prashamanam. Now, for development of any disease, there are certain causative factors. Now, in Ayurveda, we call it as Roga Anutpattikara, causative factors for various diseases. Let us see what are those. Prajnaparado Vishamastatartah Hetustritiha Parinamakalaha Sarvamayanam Trividacha Shantir Jnanartha Kalaha Samyug Yogyuktaha. This is from Charaka Samhita Sharirasthana, 2nd chapter. What does it say? Prajnaparado. Prajnaparada. What is Prajnaparada? Prajna means conscious. Aparada means the mistakes that you do. Consciously the mistakes that you do. Now, for example, you know that you are not supposed to cross the road when the traffic signal is green. That means the vehicles are moving on the road. Despite that, you cross and you get hit by some vehicle. Now, you knew that you are not supposed to cross the road and yet you got a road traffic accident. So, this is a small day-to-day example for Prajnaparada. Prajnaparado Vishamastatartaha. Vishamastatartaha. Artha here refers to Indriyarthas, the 5 sense organs, Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. So, if these sense organs, we overuse these sense organs. One, this is the reason. And third one, Parinamakalaha. Parinamakala here refers to Kala, meaning to say time. Time is always, the most governing principle behind the development of any disease. Sarvamayanam Trividacha Shante Jnanartam Kalaha. So for the development of disease as well as for its cure, all these three things are very important. Causes for Sukha and Shoka. See, we must remember this. What is the cause for Shoka? Dharmyaha kriyaha harsha nimitta muktas tato anyata shokavasham nayanti sharira sattva prabhavastu rogaha stayor vrityaha na bhavanti bhuyaha. This is also from Charaka Sharirasthana, second chapter. Dharmyaha kriyaha, meaning to say the activities that you perform should be dharmya. Dharmya meaning to say dharma, dharanatiti dharmaha, something which will help you to stand the moral principles. Dharmyaha kriyaha harsha nimitta mukta. So whatever dharma kriyas that you do, whatever righteous activities that you do are the causes for harsha nimittam. Harsha nimittam means it is responsible for sukha. Tato anyata shokavasham nayanti. If you do it the other way, it will cause shoka. So cause for disease is you are doing adharma. If you do adharma, it will cause shoka. If you do dharma, then it will cause sukha. Sharira sattva prabhavastu, and it will manifest in two places. One is sharira and other one is sattva. Sattva here refers to mind. So diseases are basically two in nature. One is shariraja, that means related to body, and sattvaja, that is related to mind. Advice to prevent diseases. Now what does Ayurveda say? How should we prevent diseases? Satyashrayo vad vivideyathoktehe purvam gadebhyah pratikarma nityam jitendriyam nanupatanti rogaha tatkala yuktam yadi nasti daivam. This is according to Charaka Sharirasthana, the same chapter. This is the next sloka. What does he say? Satyashrayo vad vivideyatoktehi. Vivide means shariraja as well as manasaja, related to body as well as mind. Purvam gadebhyah pratikarma nityam. What should the person have? Jitendriyam. You should have victory over your indriyas. You should have control over your 10 indriyas. That itself is very difficult, isn't it? Nanupatanti rogas tatkala yuktam yadinasti daivam. So therefore, a person who is jitendriya, such a person will never have any diseases. Jitendriya meaning to say one who has absolute control over his 10 indriyas. Our body is just like a having 10 horses in 10 different directions, and it is being pulled away by these indriyas and indriyarthas. We should be so samachitta, sukeshu anudvigna manaha, dukeshu vigataspraha, vitaraga bhayakroda stitadi muniruchyate. This is what is told in Bhagavad Gita as well. Dukeshu anudvigna manaha. Whenever the person is having dukha, you should have anudvigna manaha. Sukeshu vigataspraha. You should not have, overexcited when you are having sukha. Vitaraga bhayakroda, one who is devoid of raga, bhaya, krodha, stitadihi muniruchyate. So such a person is said to be a muni. We need not be a muni, but at least we should have control over our indriyas. Now, when we say nasti daivam, see in the previous shloka, the last two words, nasti daivam, is told. What do you mean by nasti daivam? Except those things which are controlled by daiva. Now we should know what is daiva. Daiva means daivam puraha yat kritam uchyate tat paurusham yat viha karmam drishtam. See, I have put it in two separate colors. Daivam pura yat kritam uchyate. Pura means whatever you have, whatever karmas that you have done previously, pura is said to be daiva. And tat paurusham yattu iha karmam drishtam. Whatever karmas that you are doing presently is said to be purusham. So one is devashrita phalas and other one is purushashrita phalas. So whatever that you have done in your previous lives, or previously you have troubled somebody, you have hurt somebody, all that comes as daiva. That which will affect you. Now whenever people meet astrologers and say you have some daiva dosha. Daiva doshas doesn't mean that you have wrath of gods. Daiva here refers to whatever karmas that you have done previously, good or bad. So bad ones are said to give you negative effects in your present lifetime. Ayurveda is a astika darshana which believes in punarjanma. Okay, so paurusham means whatever karmas that you are doing presently. Pravrittir hetur vishamaha sadrishtoho nivrittir hetuhi samasa eva. See, whenever there is vishamata in your pravritti, it will result into dukkha, and whenever there is samata in your karmas, it will result into sukha. So this is what is told. Next, Rutu Shodhana. Now, all so far what we have discussed, it is in a metaphysical level. Now let us come down at the level of Rutus. We are all governed by three factors according to Ayurveda. One, the Tridoshas. Now how Tridoshas govern us? Yata Brahmande Tada Pindande. Whatever happens outside in Brahmanda, this similarly happens to our body as well. Now, when we come to 6 Rutus, the entire Samvatsara is divided into 6 Rutus of 2 months each, based upon the Rutu, based upon the season. Now, what do you mean by Rutu? Rutu means season. So, Haimantikam Doshachayam Vasante. In Hemant Rutu, Hemantaha Nichitaha Sleshma Vasante Kafaroga Krat. In Hemant Rutu, whatever Kafa Sanchaya has happened, that you are supposed to remove it in the Vasanta Rutu. How will you remove it? In Vasanta, you are doing Vamana. Then Pravahayan. Vasante Pravahayan means you are removing it by the process of doing Vamana. Grishmike Abrakale. In Grishma Rutu, there is Vata Sanchaya. And Abrakale means in Pravrit or in rainy season. That means to say in Varsha Ratu, you are going for its Shodhana. So what is the Shodhana for Vata? The Shodhana for Vata is Basti. Ultimately, Ghanatyaye Varshikam Ashuhu. Ghanatyaye meaning to say after the end of monsoons and at the beginning of Sharad Rutu. So you have got Pitta Sanchaya, and at the onset of Sharad Rutu, you will have Pitta Prakopa. So even before that, you are supposed to do Virechana. So for Vata, you are doing Basti. For Pitta, you are going for Virechana, and for Kapha, you are going for Shodhana, that is Vamana. Okay. Now, coming to the next slide, Roga Anutpattikara Pavas. Now, this is according to Charaka Sharirasthana, how we should prevent the disease. Naro hitahara vihara sevi samikshakari vishayeshu asaktaha data samaha satyapara kshamavan aptopasevi cha bhavati arogaha. Look at the last word, bhavati arogaha, meaning to say a person will not have disease. Who will not have disease? Naro hitahara vihara sevi. Those individuals who take hita ahara as well as hita vihara, one who takes wholesome ahara as well as wholesome vihara. Samikshakari vishayeshu asaktaha. Vishayeshu asakta means who is not interested in the various vishayas of various indriyas. So there are 10 indriyas having 10 different work, 10 different domains. So we are not interested in this physical domains. So vishayeshu asakta is you are absolutely not interested in the vishayas of indriyas. Data samaha satyaparaha. Data is somebody who who gives, who loves giving, benevolent. Samaha, one who is samachittaha. Satyaparaha. Satyapara refers to one who is always truthful. Kshamavan, one who is always forgives others. One who always forgives others for whatever mistakes that they have done, he will not keep it in his mind. Aptopasevi. Aptopasevi refers to one who is following the principles laid by their aptas. Now, who is an apta? One who is devoid of rajas and tamas. Such a person is said to be apta. Now, you are supposed to be an aptopasevi. Aptopasevi is you are supposed to follow the principles which is told by your acharya. Then next, Charaka highlights on Matirvachaha Karmam Sukhanubandam Sattvam Videyam Vishadacha Buddhihi Jnanam Tapastatparatacha Yogehe Yasyastitam Nanupatanti Rogaha. See, again he highlights Nanupatanti Roga. You will never have disease when Matirvachaha Karmam Sukhanubandam. Whatever karmas that you are doing, by whatever that is told above, Sukhanubandam, it will result into Sukha. Sattvam Videyam Vishadacha Buddhihi. Your intellect is free from all the negative thoughts. Vishadacha buddhi, clarity of thoughts. Jnanam tapastatparatacha. Tapastatparata here refers to, you are always meditative. That doesn't mean to say you stay in a forest and meditate. It doesn't mean that way. Tapas tatparata is you are absolutely concentrating on whatever work that you're doing. Tapas tatparata cha yoge yasyasti tam nanupatanti roga. So whenever who follows all these things, who is devoid of the disturbances of the 10 indriyas, one who is having clarity of thoughts, whenever who has got clarity of speech, and also who is sama, meaning to say who is well settled person, such a person will never have any disease. Now similarly we have one more concept by Acharya Sushruta. As you know, Charakastu Chikitsate, Sushruta is another Acharya from Ayurveda who has given greater emphasis for Shalya Tantra, and he is a good surgeon is always a very good physician. Now what Sushruta has to say, let us see. Satatadhyenam vadaha paratantravalokanam tadvidyacharya seva cha buddhimedha karo ganaha. Satatadhyenam vadaha, whenever a person needs to do vada means to say debate, and when you need to do debate, satatadhyenam, you need to have a thorough knowledge of whatever subject that you are trained in. Paratantravalokanam, and also you should have knowledge about paratantras. Paratantra meaning to say other sciences, allied sciences. Now whenever an Ayurveda specialized person, he should have knowledge about other allied sciences as well. Tadvidya acharya seva. Tadvidya acharya seva is you should have contact, you should be in touch with Tadvidya seva. You should do Tadvidya sambhashas with your Acharya. And Acharya seva, you should always do service to your gurus. Cha buddhi medha karo ganaha. Gunaha as well as ganaha. Buddhi medha karo, these are the things which will increase your buddhi. Ayushyam bhojanam jirne veganam cha vidaranam. So person who is intelligent should follow the following principles. That is why I have put the remaining 2 lines of the shloka in red color. Ayushyam bhojanam jirne veganam cha vidharanam. So person who is interested, one who is having ayush kama, one who wants to desire to live a long life, ayushyam bhojanam jirne, one who takes bhojana immediately, once the previous meal has undergone jirna. That means to say hitabuk mitabuk, one who takes quantity or quality of food in a very limited quantity. Jirne veganam cha vidharanam, avidharanam. Veganam cha vidharanam is you are not controlling any of the urges of your body. There are 13 urges that is told in Ayurveda, which you are not supposed to withhold. Okay, like for example Vata, Mutra, Purisha, etc. So there are 13 that has been told which you are not supposed to do Vegadharana. Brahmacharyam ahimsa cha. Brahmacharyam is you are supposed to maintain a celibate life. Now there are 2 principles regarding this. Some say it is Brahmacharyam, some say it is Abrahmacharyam. Brahmacharyam is, it is not purely related to celibacy alone. Brahmacharyam refers to Brahma patena charatiti sa Brahmacharyam. One who is following the path of Brahman, meaning to say one who is spiritually inclined. Ahimsa cha, and the person should not do any himsa. Himsa here refers to violence, non-violence. Sahasanam cha varjanam. Sahasanam cha varjanam refers to you are not supposed to do, adventurous activities. That doesn't mean that you stay, you are advised to be introvert. It doesn't mean that way. Sahasanam cha varjanam is like for example jumping from a high cliff and getting injured. Okay, such things are supposed to be avoided. Sahasanam cha varjanam is you do such kind of activities and you get yourself injured. So sahasanam cha varjanam. With this I have come to the conclusion. Now what we have discussed so far, Roga Anutpattikara Chikitsa is a prevention of diseases before their onset. What have we discussed so far? They include Roga Anutpattikaranas, causes for Sukha as well as Shoka, Daiva and Purusha, the concept of Daiva. Daiva means whatever karmas that you have done in your previous life, and Purusha is whatever you are doing presently. And Rutu Shodhana, as we have discussed, for Vata you are giving Basti in Pravrit or in Varsha Rutu. For Pitta you are doing Virechana, that is in the case of Sharad Rutu, and for Kapha you are doing Vamana in the case of Vasanta Rutu. Right now this is Vasanta Rutu and Vamana is advised. Adherence to Roga Anutpattikara Bhavas, and you should strictly adhere to, you should strictly restrict yourself to Roga Anutpattikara Bhavas. So with this, I have clearly explained to you, I have made an attempt to explain to you Roga Anutpattikara, how we can prevent the diseases in Ayurveda, both in terms of metaphysical level, that is in spiritual level, as well as in the physical form. Because Ayurveda clearly emphasizes on one point, health is not just the absence of disease, but it is always the well-being, both at the level of mind, body, as well as the spiritual level. With this, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.